If you want to have crazy success in life, then you got to start doing what successful people do. And there's one thing many people still don't do that successful people like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, and many others are doing and are actually talking about that. And that is listening to your intuition. You can call it sixth sense, you can call it inner gut feeling, you can call it whatever else you want. The truth is, your intuition is like that gravity that you can't touch it, you can't smell it, you can't bend it, but it's always there. And the clue word is always. The fact that you can't hear it is just simply because you did not practice listening to your intuition, but the intuition is always there. And let me repeat it again. Your intuition is always there, even though you think you don't have it. Here's the thing. Everyone, absolutely everyone, has intuition. The fact that you did not learn how to listen to it doesn't mean that you don't have it. So why do we have intuition, and how can we start listening to it? Why do we have it? Because that's our compass. That's our guide system. If you speak to many successful people, and I work with plenty of them, to notice the same pattern. When you're making bold decisions, when there's logic telling you something else, but your intuition, your gut feeling, your sixth sense is telling you something else, and you follow that, and then you see fantastic results, or you prevent some things happening in your life, only then you realize that was intuition. I'll give you a couple of examples. I remember it was ages and ages ago. I was driving a car. I was coming from my mom's place, driving across the entire city called Jelgava back in Latvia. It was that long ago. And I'm driving a car, and inside of me, I hear this voice. And depending where you are on your journey with intuition, you will understand intuition differently, okay? In my case, I had my intuition. I was highly spiritual since I was a little girl. So of course, I got used to hearing voices, and for me, that's how I understood intuition was talking to me. So this is what I heard: stop. Do not drive. Because I got used to listening to my intuition, I stopped the car and I did not drive. And I'm sitting there thinking, and now what? So a minute goes by, 2 minutes goes by, 5 minutes goes by, and I'm thinking, oh, this is stupid. Who the hell is telling me? Even though I know I was talking to my intuition for ages by that time. Okay, so I know it's my intuition trying to help me, trying to save me, trying to prevent some things. But even that, still, my little human brain, that's how I refer to it. My little human brain, or monkey brain, took over, and I started driving. And I'm driving, being very cautious, being very careful, but still fighting my intuition, because my intuition keeps screaming at me, stop, don't drive, stop, don't drive, stop, don't drive. I keep driving, and at some point, I'm standing on the bridge. I'm not even driving. I'm just in the traffic. It's busy traffic. I remember there was a concert on a little island, sort of an island. And it was busy traffic because of that. And then eventually I just hear this awful noise of somebody trying to brake on the road. And a car crushed right at the back of my car. And I crashed to another car. And that car crashed to another car. Because basically the guy crashed into me without braking at all. And he was going 50 kilometers per hour. I don't know what it is in miles. You can work it out. So this would have happened when I did not listen to my intuition. And I have multiple examples of when I did listen to my intuition. One of them was when I was meditating, and I remember I received this message: tell your brother's wife to slow down or she will die. And I'm like, what is this all about? Even though I was receiving intuitive messages through my entire life, And that's how I will live my life. This is how I operate in my business as well. This is how I take my clients or don't take my clients. This is how I create my programs. This is how everything in my business was created through intuition, through downloads, through receiving the guidance. What has to be next? But that day, I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning my sanity. I'm thinking, I have never received messages like that. But long story short, eventually, even though it was really difficult to pass on that message, because it's quite a harsh one, but once I did, of course, she was quite shocked. My brother was quite shocked. But a few days later, there was a situation where if she would not slow down, because she was quite a fast driver, if she would not slow down, the car from the other side, right-hand side, we drive in UK on the left-hand side, which means the driver is on the right side, right? The steering wheel is on the right side. So as she was pulling at the lights slowly, because she got my warning, the car on the other side from her driver's side was flying on the red. And literally, there were nanoseconds that saved her life. So, with these two examples, I just want to share with you that your intuition is there to protect you. Your intuition is there to also protect other people. Your intuition is there to also guide you at your work, guide you in your business, guide you in your relationships as well. It doesn't mean now it's going to create your perfect life, but it's going to help you learn. Just like my intuition told me, get married to my ex-husband, even though I knew, my intuition told me he will cheat on me. But I also heard that voice. That'll be part of your journey. And my goodness, I'm so grateful for that experience. I'm not excusing his behavior, but because of his behavior, I healed to the next level. I released so many generational traumas as a result. And in my business, it expanded, it opened up like a Pandora box, because I was following one step at a time when it comes to intuition. So what can you do to start listening to your intuition? First thing first is get rid of your distractions. Phone, TV, Netflix, gossip, negativity, whatever it is draining your energy out, that's how you go to start listening to your body. Whatever is draining your energy out of your sight, of your energy field, out of your reach completely, okay? Second thing, you're gonna start connecting to yourself. Whether you go outside for your long walks, that's what I love doing, nature, parks, lakes, whatever it is. For me, it's crucial part of my day. Every day I walk at least for 2 hours, because my goal is to work 15,000 steps a day. I need this time. My whole system needs this time. I cannot spend a day without going for a walk. So the more time you spend on nature, because it has positive protons, which will naturally fill you in with good energy, it will naturally help you to reconnect. You will connect to your intuition sooner. The next step is all about that silence. You can't hear a whisper of your partner, of your friend, of your colleague if there's a lot of noise around you. So that means whether it is your prayer or your meditation or a simple journaling, like I journal all the time. My journals are going with me everywhere. I travel, I go for my walk, I take my journal with me. I never know what download I'll have, and I'll talk about downloads more in the future. But I always take it with me because it's important. That's how I receive information, very often through writing, very often through the voices. So the more you will learn to connect to yourself, the more you'll be connected to yourself. And in the beginning, it'll be just a nudge. That's probably one of the best ways to describe it. Just a nudge. I just, almost like I feel like doing this. I can't explain it, but I feel like doing this. So pay attention to that. The more you will do things that you feel like doing, rather you tell yourself you should do it, the more messages will come. The easiest way to practice is in supermarket. Go there, and I love doing that, seriously. Go to the supermarket, stand there, and just simply ask your body, what would be healthy for us? What would be good for us? What do you want? And listen, and just take your time to hear it out. Sometimes I'm getting this annoying message, which is like fruit, 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 fruit. It doesn't stop. It's like fruit, fruit, until I go and pick up some fruits, okay? So you got to really practice hearing out that intuition. And here's the magic. The more you listen to intuition, in the beginning, it will be probably your certain practice. Maybe you're journaling, maybe you're after walk, maybe after doing some yoga, maybe after doing some breath work, maybe after doing some activities, and then you will start being able to connect to yourself and your intuition. But at some point, because you will master that connection so well, you will hear it out everywhere. You will hear it out in the crowd, you will hear it out in the cinema, you will hear it whilst you're speaking to somebody. That's how I have my work with my clients. Very often it's not even me, it's speaking through me. That's how I know when I speak to somebody new who would like to work with me. That's why during this conversation, I know I probably should not hire them. And then of course I tell them, no, I cannot help you, I'm sorry. And I guide them to somebody else, right? Sometimes it's me walking and receiving a download. I call it download. As I said, I'll talk about it later in the later videos. But it's really time. If you want to succeed in your life, in your relationships, and in your career, you got to start listening to that intuition. Because one day you will look back and you will say, that was the best decision I could ever make. Listening to my intuition. And by the way, video like this is also part of me listening to my intuition. Because lately and more often I'm receiving the same message again and again. Olga, it's time to speak out about your spiritual side. It's time to share the other side of you that only your clients and very close friends and very, very selected people know about. It is that spiritual side and also your gift. Many people know me as a mindset coach. Many people know me as a speaker or as an event host. About that part of me, not many people know. But again, I'm just following my intuition, and I'm sure there'll be some people who needed to hear this message, and I'm sure you know about some people who need to hear that message. And if you know some of those people, please feel free to share this video with them, because I'm sure it will help them to understand what is intuition and why they should listen to that. And here's the thing, intuition will never tell you to do anything negative. So if you hear a negative message about self-harm, about harming somebody, about suicide, about damaging someone or something else, this is not intuition. This is a negative energy that is also trying to confuse you, okay? So if you hear anything like that, first thing I would suggest, reach out straight away to me, or another professional can help you with that, okay? But do not blindly follow the guidance of a negative character, because your intuition will never tell you anything negative. It will never want you to harm anyone or anything or you, okay? Intuition is there to guide you to grow. It's there to guide you to progress and fulfill your purpose, but it's never there to damage or to create pain. Okay, it's different when it comes when your intuition is telling you, for example, this relationship is not for you, right? And probably you should leave, versus go and do something to that person. Don't confuse that. And I will talk more about this in upcoming videos, because I have this really, really strong pulling towards sharing more information about that. So if you have specific requests that you would like me to talk about, please type below this video or reach out to me and share with me what would you like to hear more about, and I will definitely record more videos about that. So please, that's a little disclaimer, do not confuse your intuition, which is a light energy, with the dark messages, because dark messages is not intuition. Bear that one in mind. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I'll see you in the next video. That's Olga Gaydana talking to you today about intuition and how that can take you to the very next level of your life. And if you are ready and willing to explore more, then you certainly should come along to my Mind, Body, Soul retreat, which is a healing retreat in Bali this upcoming April. I'll share details below this video, and I will look forward to see you there.